Life systems failure.
Greetings, YouTube. I am tired. LMS Tactical here. Hey, listen, there's really nothing new as far as the news goes. The country's going to shit, and we're all going to die of Ebola. So before we die, I think I'm just going to do another police story. I've had a couple of requests for that, so here we go. This one actually is not a real exciting story, but it's one that was profoundly, it had a profound impact on me in terms of my feelings for liberals and Democrats and the Hollywood elitist and all of the above. And here's what happened. Okay, so Dateline, Hollywood, California, circa 1989. Okay, so it's 1989. We're in Hollywood, California, and I'm on routine patrol, and I was working morning watch. They called it morning watch. Now, that's because it actually was after midnight. I guess it'd be sort of like graveyards, which you might call graveyards. But at any rate, you worked from, I don't remember the hours, man. It was like something like you had roll call till, I don't know, 11:30, and you worked until sunrise, and that was it. So, hang on a second. All right, so the whole division had been put on alert a couple weeks before for a serial rapist. All right, and this guy was on his way to becoming quite a prolific and violent rapist, and he struck mostly in the Hollywood Hills. Those who are familiar with the Hollywood area will recognize it'd be north of what the hell's the name of that street? North of Franklin. So going up into the hills where all the richies live, all the rich people and celebrities, and very complicated place to drive to, by the way. And this is before we didn't have GPSs and all that shit. So you had to rely on a map. And if that was not your area, it could be a real bitch to go to a call up there, because lots of weird little streets with similar names, and it was a real nightmare. And that was not my area. My area, when I say areas, we were broken up into areas of responsibility. Mine was actually just below that. But that didn't mean we were restricted to those areas. We could actually go into any area. We just had to handle the calls and activity in our area. All right, enough of that shit. So, we all had 8x10 pictures of this dude, and he was a black guy. Oh, man, why's he got to be black, man? Man, why? I don't know, man. Fucking ask him. That's the way it was. He was a black rapist. So every car there had an 8x10 picture of this dude. And we all had been talking about it. It was got at roll call. This is what the guy did. He would break into houses. He would rape and beat, women, mostly upper class, rich white people up in the hills. The dude was scary, man. And all we had was a picture of this guy. And it was like a composite thing. All right, so a couple of weeks into this hunt, and my partner and I were not doing a major search for this dude. But one day, for whatever reason, call it psychic, whatever, we were like, hey, man, I was driving. It was like, hey, let's go up to the hills there and take a look and see if we can find this dude. Nothing else was going on. Yeah, that sounds good. So we finished our donuts. Just kidding. And we went up to the hills there, and we're driving around. And would you believe, as luck would have it, as we're patrolling along, and the sun's not up yet, it's still dark out. As we're cruising down the streets with our lights out, in between these mansions, guess who we see creeping along between the buildings? Hey, man, that looks like, is it? You gotta be fucking, that's the fucking guy. He's right there. And the guy's going, that's the fucking cop. Cops are right there. Okay, so we're all staring at each other like two fucking deer in the headlights. And then it's on like Donkey Kong. Okay, he takes off fucking running. And I remember I'm driving the black and white. So we're squealing tires and shit, man. And he's crashing over fences. You can hear shit falling, trash cans. Dogs are barking. I squeal a U-turn, man. I'm fucking, it's just like something out of a cheap Hollywood movie, man. I'm burning rubber. We're on the radio requesting additional units, man. We got this fucking suspect, blah, blah, blah. Requesting an air unit. Now, remember, it's a hard place to find, so everybody else has now got to figure out where we're at. So, as this is happening, I'm ripping around the block, and here comes rapist dude from between the houses. He sees us, we see him. He runs one house over, and he goes back again. Okay, it's noisy as hell because I am squealing fucking tires, man, like Starsky and Hutch. Now my partner says, let me out. This is sort of what we used to do in those days, and I don't know, they may still do it now, I hope. It's called being a real fucking proactive cop. Yeah, we separated. That's tactically unsound. Well, that's how you catch people, all right? So, of course, as I'm sliding around the corner and we see this guy's feet running between the houses, I let him out, and now we got a foot pursuit. And now I'm broadcasting and driving, you know, whatever it was, 6:45, my partner's in foot pursuit, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it is, I can't tell you how noisy it is. The sun is just starting to fucking crest. Here comes fucking mugshot dude toward me. He sees me. He scrambles through the shrubs into another yard. I see my partner coming. His fucking shirt's ripped from hopping a fence. He's, I don't know, man, 15 yards, 20 yards behind this dude. That dude fucking goes over a fence. My partner goes over a fence. I rip around a U-turn again. Smoke cloud. Okay. This is a nice quiet place that normally has crickets and, you know, even the fucking bugs are rich up there. And they sleep in. Well, lights are coming on now because there's something big happening in fucking Niceville. And now you see all these fucking lights coming on and people are hearing this major commotion. Other people are calling the police. I can hear calls coming out over the radio, unknown trouble, fucking yelling and screaming. And so that's me, fucking driving like a maniac. So it goes on. I'll spare you the details. You get a good idea what happened. Finally, fucking partner's right on his ass. I come around the corner. I see the dude. He sees me. He turns and runs. He jumps up on a fence, but he's getting a little tired. My partner grabs him while he's on top of this fence, and he kicks my partner right in the fucking chest, man, and he goes down. My partner goes down on the ground. And he gets one leg over the fence. My partner jumps back up again and grabs a leg, pulls him off the fucking fence. This guy's, you know, not a giant guy, but he definitely ain't going to prison without a fight. And so the fight is on, and he's fist fighting my partner. I throw the car in park. I go code 6. I'm out of the fucking car. Feet and sticks are flying, man. And this guy ain't quitting. So we're beating, and he's fighting and kicking and punching, and I'm swinging and fucking swinging, and I'm kicking. Fucker. And eventually we get this guy. Aren't we the heroes? Wrong! Here comes the fucking story. I turn around, and they're suddenly in the midst of all this confusion. There's a fucking crowd of people, all white, thank you very much. Bathrobes, hair and fucking curlers. The crowd growing up on this elevated yard, and they're watching this arrest, right? Well, I'm prepared for my trophy and my award. I'm so happy. And hang on a second. I'm thinking that they're going to come and lay a carpet out and fucking carry me on their shoulders and say that we're heroes. And I want to look good for the interviews I'm going to give. I'm so excited that we caught this guy. But I start to hear something that my brain doesn't understand, and it's these people yelling, screaming about what Nazis we are. How could we hit that poor African American? And I'm like, what the fuck? I can't believe it. You guys, that's why nobody likes cops. You hit that poor black man. It's wrong. It's wrong. Burn in hell, Nazi. And I'm like, what? Wait. Oh my God. What? My brain was like not understanding what I was hearing. So I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, they think that we're just out hunting black people. They don't, let me go square it away. Here was one of the biggest mistakes I ever made in my fucking career. I walked over because we got the guy in the back seat. The crowd's huge now, and they are motherfucking the cops. And I'm walking over there like I'm gonna set them straight, right? So I walk over there. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, I got this whole crowd of people up on this yard. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, wait. And the crowd simmers down. Fucking Nazi stormtrooper, bitch. No, hold on. You guys don't understand. That guy right there, that's the rapist that was on the news that you guys have been hearing about, that's been breaking into houses here and beating women half to death and raping. It doesn't matter. He's a human being. Yeah. He's a human. No human. And my mind is like, what? So I'm like, no, wait, stop. And the rumbling dies down. I said, but did you get, he kicked my partner and knocked him down on the ground. That's a felony. He hit me in my face. I don't care. It doesn't matter if he kills a pig. You don't hit a black man. You don't hit a black man. No black man deserves it. We've been mean enough to them. And it was at that moment, people, that very moment, Hey, look at the deer, Charlie. It was at that very moment, hey dear, that I realized right then and there, a couple of things hit me very clear. The dog's gonna be barking here in 4.6 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Hi. Hi. The plates? Sorry, I thought you were the other one. That's okay. Okay. Shut up. Okay, so here's, oh yeah, right, the great part of the story, huh? Like I just got stopped by the fucking cops. You see how they are, man? White guy can't even take his dog to the park. All right, here it is. It was at that very moment that I go fucking, I realized, and I just sat there with my bottom jaw hanging on my fucking belt as I realized that the world was indeed run by stupid fucking liberals. Liberals who had lots of money and zero common sense. Liberals that wanted to be victims, wanted to see victims, and that you could never fucking do anything right if you were part of anything that happened to be white establishment. You couldn't do it. And I think a part of me died that moment because I just kind of sulked. I hunched my shoulders. And instead of wearing a crown and sitting on somebody else's shoulders and having confetti and parades and medals, I slowly walked back to the car where the poor African American was sitting in the back seat yelling, "Man, I should have killed you motherfuckers!" And I got in the car and looked at my partner and he looked at me. We went to the station and booked the rapist and went home. That's my story. LMS Tactical. Out. You want to know how to get rich quick? I'll tell you the secret. Now you got to pay attention. Because if you want this kind of money, you want to have a nice truck and a nice house. My best advice to you is get a fucking job. Right, Charlie? That's right.